What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO collection tour video. It is of course the end of the month, which means we are doing an updated overview of my entire LEGO collection, and we're going to keep it consistent with last month's format and how I showed you all everything that is new with the collection first, and then right after that we will do a quick rundown of the rest of the LEGO collection. There were quite a bit of changes in the month of September, so I'm very excited to show y'all everything that I have added and everything that I've moved around. So let's just go ahead and get started with the brand new changes. Obviously for the month of September it was mainly focused around the Ahsoka TV show, and so I got the Ahsoka Tano's T6 Jedi shuttle, and then down here we can see the minifigures from that shuttle displayed. We also have Shin Hati's Jedi Starfighter, and we also have the brand new Ghost and Phantom 2 set, which is one of my favorites that they have released recently. Also, we have the New Republic E-Wing with the pilot minifigure, and then the other new Star Wars set that I got this month is the Coruscant Guard gunship, and I've got that displayed next to my UCS gunship. A set I wasn't planning on buying right away, actually. I thought I'd wait a while longer, but I didn't, is the Black Panther bust. I finally got that. And then I got my first two LEGO Harry Potter sets as well. So lots of new sets. I also decided to upgrade my LEGO CMF display stand too, so that was a lot of fun. And then I upgraded every other minifigure display in my collection too. So we'll be doing more in-depth looks at those later on, but I did upgrade every single one so I could fit more minifigures into it. Anyway, the first thing that we'll look at in my LEGO collection that is old and unchanged is my Daily Bugle display. First off, we have my sig fig on the taxi cab off to the left, and then we have the main attraction here, which is the Daily Bugle. This has remained one of my favorite Marvel LEGO sets ever. Probably will remain my favorite unless the Avengers Tower is really good. We've got Tobey Maguire, we've got Firestar, Nova off to the side here. We also have one half of the Pet Shop modular. This is actually the townhouse section of it right here, and that is just right in between the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum Sanctorum, which is another Marvel modular building and is another one of my favorites too. We also have Garganto's Showdown on top of the Sanctum Sanctorum, and it makes for a great display. I'm very proud of this, and I'm very excited to add Avengers Tower to it in November. Also not LEGO, but I did get this new Tears of the Kingdom / Breath of the Wild canvas, which I thought was cool, so figured I'd show that off. And then we also have the second part of my LEGO City, which starts off with the Palace Cinema. This is my most recent modular that I've added to the collection. You can see some of the custom movie posters on the side, and then you can see a few minifigures displayed here too. Great modular building, one of my favorites. And then right next to it we have the other half of my first modular building that I got in my LEGO collection, which is the Pet Shop. And then right next to it we have my favorite modular building, and that is of course the Detective's Office, one of my most nostalgic ones. And then all the way to the right we have the retiring this year Police Station modular, and then we also have Assembly Square, which is the biggest modular building to date, though there are rumors that next year's modular building will be even bigger. We also have the Goat Boat on top of that, and then I have the newly released Jazz Club that is new to 2023. As you can see, there's plenty of Marvel and Star Wars and DC minifigures posed around these. I did a whole video highlighting all of those though, so if you want to see that more in depth, definitely check out that on my channel. It's a full detailed overview of my LEGO City, but here it is. Not much changed here. I just added a few minifigures to it. Also, you can see these kind of marked areas on my wall. I'm actually planning on adding a new shelf in the month of October. I've already measured out where my holes are going to go for the screws, so stay tuned for updates on that. And then we also have my Star Wars The Clone Wars poster right here, which has remained the same, but right next to it we have my Harry Potter house banners. These are brand new that I got just a few days ago actually, and we have the Gryffindor and Ravenclaw, and they are actually able to open up. And I've always been a big Harry Potter fan, but I've never collected the LEGO sets. I want to start doing that, so I'm going to try and put a shelf up here too. But anyway, moving on, the next part of the collection we have is kind of my Halloween area. We have the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 as well as this Ghostbusters display stand, which looks really nice. And then in the center of this shelf, I have the Stranger Things Upside Down set, as well as the Demogorgon and 11 Brickheads. We also have this little skeleton storage head, and then we have Emmett's Constructo Mech, which is going to be replaced by Hocus Pocus hopefully next month. And then on the very right here we have the Monster Fighters Haunted House, which looks really great. I added some minifigures to it. And then below this we have the Home Alone set from LEGO Ideas, one of my favorite Christmas sets, one of my favorite sets just in general. And then we have the upgraded LEGO CMF display stand. I added about, I think, 8 minifigures to this. I got a bunch from Series 8 that I wanted to add to it, so that was a lot of fun adding to that. And then we have the Volkswagen T2 camper van all the way over here. And then also on my desk we have the Tatooine homestead and my stand for my minifigure videos. And then of course we now move into my upgraded LEGO Star Wars shadow boxes. I am very proud of these guys. I think they look way better than they did before. You can go and see last month's collection tour video to kind of see how they have changed, but I am very proud of them. Right above it, we have the 2019 version of the Tana 4, and then also on my desk, I have this McDonald's Wild Style Cup. And of course, the shadow boxes are able to light up, so here's what they look like all lit up. They look amazing, and here is my prequel shadow box. I've got Poggle the Lesser and a bunch of other new minifigures in there. We also have the Star Wars Rebels / Clone Wars one, and I added some Bad Batch minifigures to it. And then we have my original trilogy display. Also, speaking of the original trilogy, I do have this Lego print on top of here, but I also have the Empire Strikes Back poster right here, as it is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's kind of got a bit of a glare, so here's a better look at it. You can kind of see more of it from this angle, and I really like it. I also moved my Tears of the Kingdom print right here, just because I moved the canvas to where that was. And then next up, we have my LEGO Ninjago collection. Now, I used to be a huge fan of LEGO Ninjago, but I haven't really collected it much recently. All I have is the Ninjago City Gardens and the Ninjago City Markets, but both of these sets, in my opinion, are some of my favorites, and they're some of the best LEGO sets that LEGO has done recently. I do have a bunch of the LEGO Ninjago minifigures, though, from over the years displayed inside of these, but as far as sets go, these are the only two I have, but if you're only going to have two, I feel like these two are probably the best ones to get, and I really like how they're able to kind of connect with each other, and the Easter eggs in this set are amazing. Right below it, I have my superhero shadow boxes, and just like the Star Wars ones, these ones have changed quite a bit. I added more minifigures and changed the layout. First off, we have my LEGO Marvel Superhero shadow box, and I really like this one. I was able to fit a few more minifigures in there, and then we have my DC Supervillains shadow box, and the big gimmick with these was trying to make it so I could display the minifigures without damaging them, and also while fitting more in there, and I was able to accomplish that. Below this is also unchanged, but we have my LEGO sitcom collection with The Office, Seinfeld, and the Friends Central Perk, and then below this we have my Xbox One S and the Nintendo Switch, and then I also have this Millennium Falcon rug, which looks really cool, and then we have the UCS Millennium Falcon right here, one of my favorite LEGO sets in my collection. On the bottom here we have the 20th anniversary minifigs in my collection, and then I've also got the display plaque and the minifigures from the Falcon displayed with it, and this is just a massive set. It kind of is, it's the start of my UCS kind of area. We also have the buildable R2-D2 as well as buildable BD1, and then at the very bottom we have the buildable Grogu figure, and then down here I have the probe droid and a snowspeeder, and I plan to put the UCS AT-AT right there. Also on top of the Falcon we have the Sith art with the 332nd Clone Trooper and the Vader builds, and then right here we got a brief look at it earlier, but here's a more detailed look. We have the Mandalorian's N1 Starfighter, Ahsoka's T6 Jedi Shuttle, all of the new Ahsoka sets, as well as the Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. I did change up my Y-Wing display, and I think that looks really nice. And I've got the Hoth AT-ST and the AT-AT, and you can start to see the start of my Imperial fleet over here. Below this, I have the UCS Republic gunship, as well as the Republic fighter tank that is about to retire at the end of the year, I think. And then I also have the new to September Coruscant Guard gunship, so I really liked that. And then we also have the Death Star 2 gift of purchase and the highly sought after Ewok Village all the way to the right here. Below this, I have kind of a Clone Wars display with the AAT, as well as Cad Bane's Justifier and the Bounty Hunter gunship, as well as the Droid Tri-Fighter. And then right below this, I have the 2016 iteration of the Turbo Tank, and then we have the new 2022 version of the ATTE. Below this, I've got Duel on Mandalore, as well as the Mandalorian Fang Fighter, and then we also have the 501st and 332nd battle packs, as well as the 2021 Mandalorian Starfighter. Down here, I have some more of my Starfighters. I actually redid my Bad Batch attack shuttle stand, so I think this looks much better and it's able to highlight more of the details of the ship. And then at the very bottom here, I kind of have my dark side display with Darth Vader's castle, which looks really nice, probably one of my favorite Star Wars sets. Then we also have Duel on Mustafar from 2020 and the Obi-Wan Kenobi duel that came out last year. So that concludes that shelf. And then right next to this, I have my Brickhead display. I want to add some more brickheads to it, as there are a few blank spaces here, but I do think it looks really nice. And then right above it, I have my Episode 4 A New Hope display with the newly released Yavin 4 as of August, and then I have the Death Star Trash Compactor and the Death Star Trench Run dioramas displayed next to each other, and I think those go really great next to each other. If you have one, you should probably get the other and have them next to each other. Right above that, we have the Death Star Throne Room, and then the Training on Dagobah dioramas. And then right up here, we have my Mandalorian shelf with the Light Cruiser and the Mandalorian Forge, and then on top of this, we have more Return of the Jedi sets with the Jabba's Palace set, and then I've got the Mandalorian Battle Pack, as well as the Boba Fett Slave 1, and then up top here we have Jabba's Sail Barge, the Sarlacc Pit, the Desert Skiff Escape, and the new Endor Speeder Chase diorama, and then this leads us into my Mos Eisley Cantina display, which is really great. I do want to add Obi-Wan's hut to this eventually, maybe a sand crawler if I'm able to find space somehow, but for now I'm really happy with it. It's just the cantina, and then I added Luke's land speeder to it, and it's one of my favorite sets in my LEGO collection, one of my biggest ones too. And then right above it, we have my LEGO Star Wars helmet display. This is the entire helmet series all next to each other. It looks very nice. Probably one of my favorite shelves, as all of these sets perfectly complement each other on display, and they look great. And that is my entire Star Wars collection right there. So lots of new additions with the Ahsoka sets. I was very excited to add those to it. And now we move into my superheroes display, and I changed a few things here, like the 1989 Batmobile. It's very subtle, but I kind of displayed it at an angle. Same with the Batcave shadow box. It's kind of harder to see on camera, but in person, I think it looks really cool. It kind of highlights the details a bit more and makes it look not as like two-dimensional, I guess, and I'm able to display a little bit more too when I did that. Below it, I have my Dark Knight sets with the Dark Knight tumbler and the minifigure scale one, and then down here I have the 2012 version of the Batcave, as well as my classic Batman minifigure display that I'm really proud of, and then we have the Dark Knight Rises Bat set right there. Below this, I have Arkham Asylum from 2013, I think, and then we also have the Dynamic Duo Funhouse. And then the final DC sets I have here, we've got a mix of Justice League and Superman sets, and then a few Batman sets sprinkled in there too. And on the very bottom, I have the Batman display with the Batcave and the Batmobile, and we also have the classic TV series Batmobile sprinkled in there too. And then we have my comic books and my Lego books down here. To the right, we can see the Black Panther War on the Water set, as well as the Hydra sub, and then up top we have the Quinjet, as well as the Ghost Rider and Wolverine mechs, and then we have another set from Wakanda Forever, Shuri Sunbird, and then up top here I have my Avengers Endgame display. We have the Avengers Endgame Final Compound Battle, Bro Thor's New Asgard, the Black Panther Dragonfly, and then we have the newly released in August Avengers Endgame Final Battle diorama, which looks really cool. Above this, I have a Sentinel as well as the X-Jet from 2014, and I have the complete collection of Series 2 and Series 1, like a Marvel CMS as well as the Venom head, and then we have the Spider-Man No Way Home Final Battle set, and then we also have the Spider-Man Ultimate, it's like Ultimate Spider-Man Web Warriors Bridge Battle. That's a lot, but we've got that too, and then I have the Iron Man shelf up here with the Nano Gauntlet, the Iron Man helmet, the Hulkbuster, Ironmonger, and then I have my Iron Man, a Hall of Armor set, which I'm really proud of, and this displays most of my Iron Man helmet, or Iron Man minifigures. One of the only new additions to the superhero collection this month is the Black Panther bust, which I really like that set. Highly recommend it since it's on sale, 40% off, great deal. We also have the UCS Hulkbuster from 2018, as well as the Infinity Gauntlet. We also have the Mjolnir set, and then the Captain America shield, which is one of the most annoying builds to do, but it does look great in my opinion. And then we have the Eternal sets, as well as some of the Guardians of the Galaxy sets from Volume 3, and we have the Star-Lord helmet and the Gamora brickhead. And then we've also got this Jim Lee Batman art right here, which looks really great. I've got it hung up right above my 1989 Batwing, which is one of my favorite Batman sets. It looks so good hung up on the wall, and we can see here we have my display plaque and my minifigures next to it. And then this brings us into my Nintendo collection, and we have the LEGO NES and the LEGO Mighty Bowser set. I'm very excited to add the Piranha Plant to this in November, I think is when that comes out, so that'll be really exciting. But down here we can see the actual NES console, as well as the Super Mario Brothers cartridge, and we can see a few of the Super Mario polybags, and then another great Mario set, the question mark block from the Super Mario 64. That's all of my Lego Mario stuff, but I do have a few other Nintendo stuff here. I've got my Amiibo collection and my Nintendo Switch games, and I figured I'd show y'all my current library of Nintendo Switch games that I have. I'm excited to get Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and then something I haven't showed off is where I keep my instructions. I have these 2 drawers just completely filled with instructions from all of my Lego sets, whether they're destroyed or built. They are in there. And then I also have my loose parts right here where I have all the stuff from my MOCs, and then I have my minifigure bins inside of my closet, as well as the main parts that I use for my display stands for my Star Wars ships. So that's what's in there. And you can see a few different sets inside of here, some Lego magazines, and then this is where I keep most of my Lego boxes. I do try and keep them. I don't know why, I just like keeping them. So that is everything in my Lego collection for the month of September. I kind of wanted to do a quicker overview of this just because we've already seen this last month, but I still wanted to update y'all, and it's like, let's keep the tradition alive where I do the monthly collection tour updates. I want to do a way more in-depth one at the end of the year where I kind of reflect on everything that I did get, but that is all for the month of September. I've got some great changes planned for October. I do want to try and get the Venator, and I'm going to have a shelf expansion for that, and we might get some Harry Potter sets too, but let me know what y'all thought of the changes in the month of September, and definitely let me know what you think of my Lego collection. But that is all for today. So if you made it this far, I really appreciate all of y'all watching. Be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video, and subscribe if you are new around here. But that is all for today. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see ya in the next one. Peace out, y'all. Bye.